Hey everybody, just trying to shoot a quick update here of my Pea Puffer tank in my office. I recently put a Rubber Lip Pleco in here, and I had done a little bit of maintenance and cleaning on the fake cave back there, but I had kind of started on it, and I was hoping that the Pleco would pick up where I left off. And you can see it sitting on the back there, so it's doing a pretty good job. I'm happy to say that the puffers have not been bothering anybody in the tank. I've added some other fish recently. I've got these 4 neons in here, and I have a little female guppy swimming around. I'm going to be adding some more neons to the tank in the near future. I've got them in quarantine right now, so it won't be too long before I have a school of maybe 6 or 8 neons in here. It'll spruce the tank up, add a little bit of color, add a little bit of activity. Believe me, you got to get your eye in to find these puffers. When they don't want to be seen, they aren't seen. If they just sit still, they vanish. And if they get, tucked down into the leaves or hiding in a nook and cranny somewhere, they are hard to spot when they don't want to be seen. So having some other fish swimming around in the tank will be nice, so that no matter when you glance at the tank, there will always be something to be seen and some color moving around. So I'm actually going to go ahead and feed these guys right now. Hopefully they won't be too skittish. They'll come over here. I'm actually going to put a fair amount, if I can get them in my spoon here. Tonight we're putting bloodworms in the tank, which is what I usually feed these. Now these are puffers, so they do have the teeth that need to be trimmed or sort of worn down. I talk about this more frequently with my figure 8 puffer in my brackish tank downstairs. If you can see them, they're sort of over there hiding almost in the center of the screen right now. You can see the one moving around, the other one's just to its right, but they're apparently not going to come over looking for the worms just yet. My figure 8 puffer has slightly harder teeth. It still has fairly soft teeth for puffers, but the figure 8 has much harder teeth than these little pea puffers do. And again, from my understanding, these pea puffers don't really need any kind of hard shell to chew on. I do put some snails in the tank every so often, but they don't really seem to eat the shells. They always just kind of suck the meat out of the shells. You can see some of the shells left over down here on the bottom. Those white specks are the shells of little pond snails. So they do have the opportunity to get in there and munch on the shells if they wanted to, but I've never really seen them do it. And I've also never seen any unusual shape of their teeth. I've never seen them have any problems eating, so I don't really I don't know what it would look like if their teeth were growing too big, but I've never had any kind of issues or concerns, so I'm assuming that problem has never cropped up. And what I've read about these puffer fish holds true, that they have very soft teeth and they don't really need a whole lot in the way of getting them worn down, and the occasional snail in the tank is more than enough. There they are. I was looking all over the place for them. So now that they've come up front and center, I'm going to try to put a few more bloodworms in here. This is where they normally tend to eat, and they find their bloodworms over on this side of the tank. I think me being here has thrown them off, and they're still not really used to the neons being in the tank. They're not shy. In fact, they're very bold little fish. For being as tiny as they are, they're very bold. But they're also very intelligent and curious, and just the fact that they've got new inhabitants in the tank, new tank mates, I think that alone has them sort of, suspicious, curious. It's thrown their normal routine off, so they've definitely been feeding a little more cautiously. But again, I've seen no issues with them and the neons. I've, just so many people, so many things you read always talk about these little pea puffers as though they're really aggressive little fish, and if you try to keep them with larger fish, they'll kill the fish they're with. And I have, I've had a few viewers tell me that that's been their experience with them. But by and large, most people say that that's not their experience with them, and that they're actually fairly docile fish. And that has been my experience. I haven't had any issues with them at all, bothering these neons. I haven't seen so much as a nipped fin on one of these neons or the little guppy in here. Guppies, in my experience, seem to be more fin nippers than these two little pea puffers. So, make what you want of that. But at any rate, my back is still bothering me, and I really can't stand here much longer, so I'm going to have to start wrapping this one up. They seem like they're sort of done anyway. So that's just another little video of my pea puffers. What I really wanted to show you was how much cleaner the tank is now that I've got that Rubber Lip Pleco in here. You can see the tank is much, much cleaner. I always swear by Rubber Lip Plecos. I think they're fantastic tank cleaners. I love them. They stay small. You can easily keep one in a 10-gallon tank. They don't bother anybody. They don't destroy your plants. They're just great little fish as far as helping keeping your tank clean. Anyway, make sure you're subscribed. That way you won't miss anything else I got coming up. I do still have lots of stuff going on downstairs, and you don't want to miss any of that. Don't forget, this one is my Pea Puffer Tank. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you real soon in the next one.